money. It was never about money, and it's still not about money. I have money. But there's stories that have to be told. The truth needs to come out. I'm not bashing him, directly bashing him. I'm just telling the truth. He knows like I know. Gene knows like I know. Hey, I get the threats, but you have to remember one thing. I know your deepest secrets. I know so much about you and what you've done. This is Uncle Ron. Viva los mosquitos.
Uncle Ron, real name Ron Smith, claimed to know dark secrets about the music industry. He went viral after alleging that Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z were involved in Biggie Smalls' murder. He called out corruption, power moves, and sinister dealings behind the scenes. And then, just 24 hours after one of his most explosive videos, he died.
Y'all don't even worry about praying for me. Just kill the mosquitoes. I appreciate it.
Was this just a coincidence, or did Uncle Ron pay the price for what he revealed? Let's break it all down. His claims, the timeline of his death, and the controversy that followed. Ron Smith, often called Uncle Ron, built a career in the security industry. He allegedly worked as a bodyguard for major figures in the music industry, including Sean Diddy Combs, Jay-Z, and Beyonce. While the specifics of his security career remain somewhat unclear, his statements suggested insider knowledge of the hip-hop industry in the 1990s and early 2000s. Unlike traditional whistleblowers who rely on official interviews, Smith took to social media, particularly TikTok, to share his experiences. His candid storytelling and confident demeanor resonated with audiences, leading to a rapid increase in followers. By the time of his passing in September 2024, Smith had amassed over 129,000 followers on TikTok, where his videos often garnered thousands of views. He wasn't afraid to speak out either. In a series of online posts, he made bold allegations about the music industry, claims that have only gained more attention following his sudden passing. On September 11th, 2024, Uncle Ron posted a video on TikTok accusing Jay-Z and Diddy of being involved in unethical and possibly criminal activities. He claimed to have deep knowledge of how they climbed to the top. One of Smith's most controversial assertions was that Diddy had allegedly approached him in 1997 to orchestrate the murder of Biggie. Smith claimed that he refused the request, but that Biggie was ultimately killed in a drive-by shooting in Los Angeles that same year. According to Ron Smith, he was offered $30,000 to take out Biggie just days before his death. Ron Smith also insisted that Diddy had full control over Biggie's publishing rights, which many believe was the motive behind the setup.
That he wanted all the rights to all his catalog.
He claimed that Biggie wanted to leave Bad Boy Records and start his career, which supposedly made him a target. No evidence supports this claim, but it played into the long-standing speculation surrounding Biggie's murder, a case that remains officially unsolved to this day. Another of Smith's accusations suggested that Jay-Z sought to push Biggie out of the industry to clear the way for his own dominance as a rapper and business mogul. Smith implied that Jay-Z's
I know so much on how you got where you are. Jay-Z and Puffy wanted Biggie killed. Bottom line. You don't have to believe me, believe the facts.
He accused Jay-Z and Beyonce of orchestrating events to maintain their dominance. Uncle Ron, who claimed to have been close to the couple, alleged that Beyonce and Jay-Z had done whatever it took to maintain their status. From silencing critics to cutting off those who had helped them climb the ladder, he suggested that their journey had been anything but clean.
Beyonce and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them.
One of the most shocking accusations was their alleged role in the downfall of singer-songwriter Keri Hilson. Hilson's career took a nosedive after she reportedly said something about Beyonce. According to Uncle Ron, that hadn't been a coincidence. It had been a calculated move by the power couple to eliminate any perceived threats.
Beyonce, how you guys ended Keri Hilson's career because she said something about you. That's how hateful you guys are.
Many fans had admired Beyonce and Jay-Z not just for their music but also for their relationship. However, Uncle Ron claimed that their marriage had never been about love. It had been a business arrangement designed to build an empire, the goal to become billionaires at any cost. If true, this revelation challenged the fairy tale romance narrative the world had believed for years.
Your relationship was a business relationship, financial. to get to the top, to become billionaires. There's no love there.
Uncle Ron alleged that once Beyonce and Jay-Z had reached a certain level, they had abandoned those who had helped them get there. Writers, producers, and artists who had once contributed to their success were allegedly discarded as soon as they were no longer useful.
All them writing for you, and then the minute you get a little taste of success, you wrote them off. You just totally said, I don't know.
Uncle Ron warned that he had receipts, old footage, and evidence that could expose the truth. While these claims remained unverified, they added to the long-standing whispers about the ruthless nature of the entertainment industry.
Remember, all the receipts, all the proof, the old school footage, I still have it.
Perhaps the most shocking claim of all was Uncle Ron's assertion that Beyonce had been using drugs for years. He even suggested that those around her had ensured she remained in this state to keep her under control. If true, this raised serious questions about the pressures and manipulations that had come with fame. Another surprisingly shocking controversial statement involved Beyonce and Jay-Z's daughter, Blue Ivy. Uncle Ron insisted that Jay-Z was not her biological father, claiming that the child was the result of a financial arrangement involving Jay-Z's associate, Ty Smith. He argued that fans were merely spectators in the grand scheme of the industry, unaware of the sacrifices made for power and fame.
Blue Ivy is not Jay-Z's child. Ty Smith is. It was a financial arrangement, and it worked out for them.
As his revelations gained traction, Uncle Ron admitted that he was under investigation and cooperating with the FBI, providing evidence to support his claims. He dismissed fears for his own safety, saying he had nothing to lose.
Yeah, I'm under investigation. So that's why I'm telling what I'm telling.
To erase the doubt as to why he didn't speak up earlier and why he had to wait for 20 years before coming out, he confessed that he was trying to protect his children, who were quite young.
The most important reason why is I had children, and I still have children. But at that point in time, they were young, and my number one priority was protecting my children.
The timing of his emergence was significant. At the time, Diddy faced separate scrutiny and lawsuits regarding past conduct, making Smith's accusations appear more relevant. Additionally, hip-hop fans have long speculated about the connections between major industry figures and unsolved crimes, which gave Smith's claims an existing audience eager to dissect them. While these claims have no factual basis, they feed into a broader narrative of power dynamics in the music industry, particularly how artists rise and fall. Smith's statements reignited long-standing speculation about Diddy's possible knowledge of or involvement in the East Coast-West Coast rivalry that contributed to the deaths of both Biggie and Tupac Shakur. Despite the virality of his videos, mainstream media did not extensively cover his statements. This lack of attention may have been due to several factors. Firstly, Smith did not provide concrete evidence beyond his personal testimony. While personal accounts can be compelling, reputable news organizations typically require corroborating evidence before reporting serious allegations. Secondly, the nature of his claims involved high-profile individuals, making legal liability a concern for media outlets. Thirdly, information spreads differently in today's digital age. Social media creates its own ecosystem of narratives, and mainstream journalism does not always engage with viral stories unless they have a significant impact beyond niche online communities. However, several hip-hop and celebrity news platforms picked up on his content, further spreading his claims. And then, to add more twist to the whole drama, just a day after posting his telltale video, his wife announced his sudden death. Unlike major celebrities, whose deaths make headlines instantly, Ron Smith's passing initially went unnoticed by mainstream news. The absence of immediate coverage was telling. It underscored how figures like Smith, despite their growing influence, often exist in a space between relevance and obscurity. Only when people started to connect the dots, when his social media pages went inactive, when no new videos surfaced, did the news of his passing start circulating. Shortly before his death, Uncle Ron posted a video from a hospital bed, bruised and in pain, claiming he had been attacked. He joked about mosquitoes being responsible, a cryptic statement that left many wondering if he was hinting at something more sinister.
This is Uncle Ron. Viva la mosquitoes.
His family, while grieving, has remained tight-lipped. Interestingly, Ron had previously warned that it wouldn't be an accident if anything happened to him. Adding to the mystery, Uncle Ron's TikTok page had comments turned off. Followers asking about his cause of death have found their messages deleted. His family has hinted that they are avoiding the topic for their own safety. Reports suggest that Uncle Ron passed away on September 12th at the age of 59. However, the circumstances surrounding his death remain unclear. His family has not publicly disclosed the cause, which has only fueled speculation online. Some believe he may have been silenced for the secrets he shared, while others think his passing was due to natural causes. His death received little initial media coverage, with many of his followers only learning of it weeks later. His son, Ronnie Smith Jr., set up a GoFundMe campaign to assist with funeral expenses and support Smith's wife, Evelyn. The fundraiser describes Smith as a devoted father and a source of joy for many, highlighting the personal loss his family faced. Here's where it gets crazy. Uncle Ron's passing was barely reported in mainstream media. It took over a month for the news to hit blogs and social media, and even then, any comments or discussions on his TikTok page were mysteriously wiped. The timing of these videos, especially one made shortly before his death, has led to theories of foul play. For example, The Times of India reports that he passed away within 24 hours of releasing a video, with netizens suspecting a connection. However, the cause remains unknown, with rumors of pneumonia circulating but not confirmed. This lack of clarity has kept the controversy alive, with some suggesting his death was linked to his willingness to open his mouth and implicate powerful people, as per Distractify. If you remember, pneumonia was the same cause attributed to Kim Porter, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, whose death has also been the subject of controversy. Uncle Ron had previously warned that it wouldn't be an accident if anything happened to him. With that in mind, people started questioning whether his death was truly natural or if there was something more sinister at play. Kim Porter's death in 2018 sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. As Diddy's longtime partner and the mother of 3 of his children, her sudden passing at the age of 47 raised many questions. The official report stated that she died from lobar pneumonia, but skeptics have long argued that her death was far from ordinary. Porter had reportedly been in good health before suddenly falling ill, leading some to believe that foul play was involved. Adding to the speculation were reports that Porter had confided in close friends before her passing, expressing concerns for her safety. There were rumors that she had been preparing to write a tell-all book about her experiences with Diddy and the entertainment industry as a whole. Some sources claimed she knew secrets that powerful people did not want exposed. Whether these claims hold any truth remains unknown, but they have fueled theories that her death was not as straightforward as it appeared. Furthermore, the eerily similar circumstances between Uncle Ron's death and Porter's only deepened the suspicions. Both had a history of being connected to Diddy. Both had reportedly spoken about information that could be damaging to his reputation. And both were ultimately said to have died from pneumonia, a cause that, while certainly possible, seemed too convenient for some to accept without question. Another factor that fueled the controversy was the fact that pneumonia-related deaths are not common among otherwise healthy adults. While complications from pneumonia can be deadly, the likelihood of 2 individuals closely tied to Diddy meeting the same fate in such a short time raised eyebrows. Online discussions quickly pointed out that sudden deaths in the entertainment industry, particularly among those who had connections to influential figures. Social media also played an instrumental role in amplifying Uncle Ron's message. Unlike traditional media, which tends to follow editorial guidelines and legal constraints, platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter thrive on viral content and speculation. Celebrity gossip channels, conspiracy forums, and independent YouTube investigators took his videos and ran with them, analyzing his words, dissecting his claims, and connecting dots that may or may not have been there. The lack of major news coverage only fueled the perception that something was being hidden. Many alternative media personalities questioned why mainstream outlets did not thoroughly investigate his allegations, leading to increased distrust in traditional journalism. This isn't the first time someone has exposed shocking details about celebrities. The music industry has a long history of whistleblowers who have stepped forward to expose corruption, exploitation, and unethical behavior. One of the most vocal figures in recent years has been Jaguar Wright, a singer who has openly criticized the industry and its treatment of artists. She has accused major figures in hip-hop and R&B of predatory behavior, financial manipulation, and even violent tactics used to maintain control over artists' careers. Wright has claimed that many artists are forced into silence through fear, financial ruin, or more severe consequences. Gene Deal, another former bodyguard, has also spoken out about the industry's dark side. Like Uncle Ron, he has made allegations about the events surrounding Biggie's murder and has questioned Diddy's role in it. Deal has suggested that the official narrative surrounding Biggie's death does not match what actually happened that night. He has consistently stated that certain powerful individuals in the industry have worked to suppress the truth and prevent those with knowledge from speaking out.
Why the hell would you rent studio time in LA for him to finish your album when in fact you got your own studio Daddy's house? Let's keep it a buck. Let's stop this man.
The accusations made by these whistleblowers highlight a recurring pattern. When individuals gain too much knowledge about what goes on behind closed doors, they often find themselves ostracized, discredited, or worse. Many whistleblowers report being blacklisted from the industry, having their reputations tarnished, or facing legal battles that drain them financially. In extreme cases, some have faced sudden and suspicious deaths that have left many questioning whether their demise was truly natural or orchestrated to keep them silent. Whistleblowers like Uncle Ron, Jaguar Wright, and Gene Deal are particularly dangerous to the industry's power structure because they have first-hand experience. While Smith's revelations were largely centered on Diddy, his passing coincided with a broader wave of scrutiny directed at the music mogul. By 2024, Diddy was embroiled in legal troubles far more serious than the industry gossip and accusations that had followed him for years. Lawsuits alleging racketeering, ST-trafficking, and even violent coercion surfaced, painting a troubling picture of a man once hailed as a music czar. The allegations, which span decades, have brought the entertainment industry's long-standing culture of power abuse into the legal spotlight. If you remember, Diddy and Jay-Z are two of the most powerful figures in the music industry. They rose to prominence in the 1990s and solidified their influence through business ventures, strategic partnerships, and a carefully curated public image. Their paths to success were intertwined in many ways, often overlapping in business deals, collaborations, and even rumors of rivalries and power struggles behind the scenes. Understanding their rise helps explain why Uncle Ron may have had inside knowledge of their dealings. Sean Diddy Combs first gained attention as an ambitious AANDR executive at Uptown Records in the early 1990s. After being fired, he established Bad Boy Records in 1993, signing the Notorious Big, and launching what would become one of the most influential hip-hop labels of all time. Under his leadership, Bad Boy Records dominated the rap and R&B charts with artists like Faith Evans, 112, Mace, and later, the R&B sensation Total. Diddy was not just a businessman, he positioned himself as an artist as well, appearing in music videos, producing tracks, and eventually stepping into the spotlight with his own music career. He was known for his flamboyant lifestyle, his shiny suit era branding, and his ability to turn artists into stars. However, his success was marred by controversy, particularly the East Coast-West Coast rivalry that many believe contributed to Biggie Smalls' murder in 1997. On the other hand, Jay-Z took a different route to the top. Starting as an independent artist, he co-founded Rockefeller Records in 1995 alongside Dame Dash and Kareem Biggs Burke. Jay-Z's business acumen was evident from the beginning. He retained a level of ownership and control over his music that many artists at the time did not have. His 1996 debut album, Reasonable Doubt, established him as one of the most skilled lyricists in hip-hop, and by the early 2000s, he had cemented his place as a cultural icon. Unlike Diddy, who thrived on spectacle and branding, Jay-Z maintained a more calculated and strategic image, positioning himself as the CEO of hip-hop. His ability to pivot from music to business set him apart, leading to major deals like the acquisition of Rockaware, the founding of Rock Nation, and his stake in Tidal, a music streaming service. Over the years, the dynamic between Diddy and Jay-Z has been both collaborative and competitive. While they have worked together on music and attended high-profile events side by side, there have been persistent rumors of behind-the-scenes conflicts. Some industry insiders believe that Jay-Z's rise to power was partly facilitated by Biggie's death, an idea that Uncle Ron alluded to in his statements. If Biggie had lived, would Jay-Z have risen as quickly to claim the throne of East Coast rap? This is a question that many hip-hop historians and conspiracy theorists have debated for years. Uncle Ron's position as a bodyguard would have given him direct access to conversations and moments that the public never saw. His knowledge of these two industry giants likely came from first-hand experiences, perhaps from being in rooms where business deals were discussed, rivalries were acknowledged, or damaging information was shared in confidence. If he had truly worked for both Diddy and Jay-Z, as reports suggest, then he would have had a rare perspective on the shifting power dynamics between them. Ron Smith may not have been a household name, but his brief moment in the public eye raises important questions about how narratives form, spread, and persist. However, his unverified claims tapped into long-running suspicions about power, control, and secrecy in the entertainment industry. His death, while possibly unrelated to his statements, has only intensified the curiosity surrounding his final months. Whether history will remember him as a truth-teller or a provocateur remains to be seen. For now, Uncle Ron exists as an internet-era cautionary tale, a reminder that stories can outlive their storytellers in the digital world.